Good morning as you guys are watching this. Gabe DeArmond here with PowerMizzou.com here. Very excited about what we are about to bring you guys, which is the first episode of the Touchdown Luther Burden Show. This is an 8-week series that's going to air here on our YouTube channel. We will also download every single episode as a podcast. You guys can watch it. You can listen to it. You can save it to watch or listen to later. But we are going to have Missouri star freshman Luther Burden III out of East St. Louis High School, the #1 wide receiver in the country in the class of 2022, here with us for 8 consecutive weeks. This show is going to air every Thursday here on Power Mizzou and on our YouTube channel, and will appear on the podcast feed that same morning. And basically, we're going to do with Luther what we've done with Mookie Cooper here for a few episodes, and we'll continue to do, which is we're just going to have a conversation. Just Luther and I are going to talk, different topic every week. One week, we're going to probably open it up to fans and take your questions and basically give you all a chance to get to know Missouri's most coveted recruit in about a decade a little bit better than you know him right now. And, look, if policies hold at Missouri, Luther's not going to do any interviews outside of this, at least until probably next season starts. So this is where you're going to get to hear from Luther Burden III for the next few weeks, and we hope you will join us. And before we get started talking to Luther with episode #1, we have to thank the people that make this possible. And this show is going to be brought to you every single week by Pro Energy. Pro Energy is located in Sedalia, Missouri. It's a global company dedicated to supporting renewable energy growth with reliable, reduced emissions, power generation services, construction, and development. Harnessing world-class talent and an impressive 90-acre campus, the company can quickly and reliably more reliably than I can say that word, apparently, fill gaps in the power supply to heat homes, boost economies, and maintain a connected world. You can see how Pro Energy supports our power grid with American jobs at ProEnergyServices.com, a company that is certainly very tied into Mizzou sports, big Mizzou fans at Pro Energy and supporters of PowerMizzou.com, and we certainly appreciate them being partners of ours on the Touchdown Luther Burden Show. So again, hey, you're not here to hear me talk. You're here to hear from the guy that you guys have been following for a couple years and really excited about for about the last 5 months. So here we go with episode 1. Welcome into edition #1 of the Touchdown Luther Burden Show here on PowerMizzou.com. As I just said, brought to you by Pro Energy every single week. And Luther, I think there have been some Missouri fans waiting about 5 months to hear a little bit from you. So I think we'll have a lot of people interested to get to know you over the next few weeks. And just want to start saying thanks for doing this and giving us a chance to kind of get your story and your message out to fans.
All right. Yeah.
So the first thing I want to ask you is, I guess it was mid-October. It's been 4.5, 5 months since you officially committed to Missouri and you knew what you were going to do and everything. What kind of has been the love and the appreciation you've gotten from Missouri fans since that time?
The love been, great. Being able to be up here early and get to know the guys and be around, be on campus and, be around town and stuff. Everywhere I go, people know me and ask for pictures and stuff, so it feels real good to be loved, outside of home, like my home city.
Is that, you're going around campus and people want pictures. Is that something that you think is cool, or does that still kind of catch you off guard? And I know you've been dealing with the spotlight for a while, but is that something you're comfortable with?
Yeah, I'm definitely comfortable with it. I always dreamed about being, popular and I like, people want to be around me and, people can say they know me. So, it feels good.
Yeah. So the way I kind of want to do this over the next few weeks is just kind of, like I said, let fans know we're going to talk a little about football and stuff, but we're going to talk a little about you off the football field and everything too. And I want to go back and We're doing a show like this with your guy Mookie, and we started with him. The first episode was just kind of his childhood and all that. And I want to do the same thing with you. I want you to tell me, do you remember the first time you played football? First time you were like on a football field? How old you were?
Shoot, I was all right. So I had a couple like cousins, that stayed down the street from me. We just one day we just went outside. We started playing football and we started playing Killerman. Killerman is like you throw the ball backwards and like you get the ball and they got to come tackle you.
Okay, yeah.
So we on the side of my house playing like all day and I just knew I was good at it, and
yeah,
because when I was little, I used to like think I was like the fastest person in the world. So like I used to just run all day. So like it was just like cheating. I used to be killing my little cousins and stuff. So
yeah. So when you're a grade school kid, is that what you thought made you good? Your speed? You were faster than everybody?
That's I wouldn't say my speed. I would say, my first year playing football, I played upper age. So, I was basically kind of the same size as everybody, but I was like, still, I was just like, it was just hard to, tackle me and get me down. So, the next year I played my age, and I was like bigger than everybody and bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. It looked like I was a creative player out there. And
yeah.
It was just unfair.
So how old were you then that first year you played on an actual team? Do you remember?
Yeah, I was 8 years old.
Okay. Was that JFL football?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wait, what team did you play for? Like what's the team name?
My first team I played with was City Rec. It's not too far from my house. Yeah, they call it City Rec. Then the next year I played with I moved over to Herbert Hoover.
Okay. Yeah, that's where Mookie was telling us he played. So did you play with those teams when you're in elementary school? Did you play with a lot of guys that are playing D1 football now? Like are there guys you played with at that age that fans are going to know who they are?
Yeah, I play with some guys, that's real big in the city and known in the city. Like Cal J. Wilford. He's going to Murray State. Ahmad Robinson, he's going to Arkansas State. I play with a bunch of guys, and yeah.
So you get out there and you're playing, 8-year-old football. Like, were you pretty good to start? Like, did you kind of know, hey, I might be able to do this, or did it take a little while?
It didn't take that long because like I was so much of a competitor. So like I would have did anything, to win. So I remember like yesterday, I remember I couldn't even hold the ball. I used to hold the ball with the ball up, So, yeah.
Did you play quarterback? Where'd they put you on those little league teams?
My first year I played running back.
Okay. When was the first? Well, I mean, if you're playing 8-year-old football, like really playing wide receiver would be terrible because nobody can throw the football at 8 years old, right?
Yeah, but actually, my second year, my first year when I moved to Herbert Hoover, I played running back and wide receiver because we used to throw the ball. We was real advanced. We had Coach Will Franklin from Missouri. Yeah, he was my coach. He was office coordinator. So we was really advanced running college stuff. Read option at 9 years old, throwing the ball down the field at 9 years old. So like we was already ahead of the game.
Hang on, you're telling me you were 9 years old and had an offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Coach Will. Yeah, Coach Will.
Yeah. So, I know a little bit about Herbert Hoover because I know that's where you had your signing ceremony and all that. So just kind of tell me about that place and what that meant to you growing up. I mean, a place that not only that you played football, but tell me about that place and kind of how it became somewhere that was important to you.
It became important to me because the little kids, I know I'm a big inspiration, in the city, and I know a lot of people look up to me, especially little kids, and shoot, it was just it just meant a lot to me, you know, to do it in front of them and like to have them look forward to something, you know, with this football stuff. And sure, that's why I did it there.
Was that a place where when you were growing up, you spent a lot of time, or was that mostly just a place where you played football at?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time there. After school, you know, they had like the after school program. People come from school and you know, go up there, do activities, play football, and so yeah.
I mean, what's that like to be? You know, I'm not sure if you're 17 or 18, but that age and know that hey, you got a lot of kids in St. Louis that are kind of looking at what you do and that are hoping to be in your position in a few years.
Um, Sure. Can you say that again?
Yeah, just what's it like to know that at 17, 18 years old, you do have a lot of kids that are kind of looking at you and saying, hey, that's what I want to do. That's who I want to be in 5 years, 10 years, however old they are, you know?
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, I feel like it's a lot on my plate because I feel like the city is like on my back, honestly, and like I do it for the kids, honestly, but because I remember I used to be in those shoes and you know wishing like somebody was good, somebody good in the city, you know, like will know me, like and how good I am. So it feels good to you know do this for the kids.
Was there somebody in particular? Do you remember when you were growing up that was kind of your guy that you thought, man, that's a guy I look up to? Whether I don't know whether it was a football player or just somebody you knew, or who kind of was your you know your I guess goal and hey, that's where I want to be.
Man, for real, I was really a basketball player. So I used to look up to you know Jason Tatum. So because I used to play at Walls Recreation Center. He played at Walls as well. A lot of guys played at Walls. Mookie played at Walls as well. Yep. You know, so I spent a lot of time actually playing basketball. I'm really a basketball guy.
What is it? Every football player says, "No, I played basketball first. I really want to play basketball."
Yeah, basketball was actually my first love, honestly, because shoot, my dad played basketball. You know, mm-hmm. we used to work on basketball all the time, and football really just came natural to me, you know, until I got to high school, and then shoot, I switched over and like turned all my focus into football.
Not till, but you think you were in high school before you really kind of, I mean, did you play high school basketball much or by that point, was it all football?
Yeah, I played basketball until my junior year, like the end of first semester. I was transferred over to East St. Louis. I was at Cardinal Ritter.
Right.
We won state my second year. Should we end up? Well, they end up winning again, but I had left, so like,
yeah, you don't get that ring that year, I guess.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah. So I asked Mookie the same thing. I want to compare your answers. You get to pick a starting five off the Missouri football team to go play a basketball game. Who's your starting five?
Me, my boy Dominic, yeah, Damo.
Okay.
Tyler Macon, Mook, yeah, and shoot, Tyler Hill, T Hill, yeah.
Okay. So you just got a straight all St. Louis starting five, huh?
St. Louis starting five.
I got you. Look, we've talked obviously a lot about St. Louis growing up there, everything like that. Tell me, like, I don't know if this is a good way to answer this question or not, or to ask this question or not, but just what is it about growing up in St. Louis? What makes that place special to you? Why is it so important to you to represent your city as much as anything else?
I mean, it's where I came from. You know, I always, you know, want to be a part of where I came from. You know, like never forget. You know, I don't want to forget where I came from because, like, I mean, that's what built me, honestly. So, you know, being grown up in St. Louis really built me.
You so when you're playing football growing up, kind of tell me the point where you thought, okay, like, hey, this could be more than just something I do, in high school, or this could be something that it actually has a chance to take me somewhere.
Um, when I got my first offer, and it was from Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I lied. When I honestly knew I was like going to take this football so seriously was when a guy named my coach Sterling Finney, he broke everything down to me about football, and like he really told me I'm really a football player. I'm not a basketball player. Well, he didn't really say that, but basically,
you got the
like,
message. Yeah.
He's saying like I have opportunity, be one of the top guys in the country and make something with this football. So that was the point when I really knew football was the path for me.
I think the more important thing is who first called you. When did you first get the nickname Touchdown Luther?
I got the name Touchdown Luther when I was 9.
Really?
Yeah, 9 years old.
Okay.
I used to score like 4 or 5 times a game, so they just started calling me Touchdown Luther.
I got because the first time I actually came to your season opener against CBC this year, and the first time you touched the ball, you scored, and after the game, you said, "I don't know, man. That's what I do. That's why they call me that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, after that game, I was turned up.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So, just give me kind of what's when you go to college to play football, it's a little bit different, right? It's a little bit of a part of it's a job. So give me, looking back, I don't care if it's JFL, I don't care if it's back at Ritter, if it's at East St. Louis. What's your best memory of playing football growing up? Just from the time where you're doing it just for fun.
Playing at Herb Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the Super Bowl's there, that's when I really have fun. Cause like, I don't know, it's just Herb Hoover was real fun playing, and everything else after that was kind of turning into business.
Right.
So that's when I really had my fun at Herb Hoover.
Okay. Will you? I mean, will you? When you have breaks, or I know the goal down the road and everything is obviously the NFL. I mean, is that a place that you always kind of to plan to go back to and share your story with those kids that are there?
There's definitely, my plan go back for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely my plan.
Okay. So, we're recording this just so people know on Thursday night, which actually is the night before you're going to start spring football. But by the time people see this, it'll be next week, and you'll be a couple practices in. But we've talked about all grown up, and we're going to talk about some more recruiting and things as we go over the next few weeks. But just looking now, you're sitting here, you're about 12 hours from your first actual college football practice. Do you ever take a second to just take stock and think about where you've been and kind of get ready for this? Or are you just full on in, hey, this is where I always thought I would be. Let's get it going.
Yeah, it's really, yeah. Just, just what I do. So, shoot, I'm kill everybody. That's my mindset. I just got a killer mindset that I'm better than everybody, and so I can't be stopped. And that's what keeps me going.
Yeah. Is there? I mean, in your mind, and look, you're confident and all that, and but are there any nerves or anything about going from high school to college football, or is it just excitement?
It's really excitement. Being able to be in this opportunity and be in this position. So it's really excitement.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Luther, appreciate it, man. Like I said, we're going to do this for 8 weeks. We're going to give you a week off for spring break at some point, but
right.
just kind of 15, 20 minutes every week. We'll talk about kind of a different subject, just have a conversation and let the fans get to know you. So I know they're looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to it, and appreciate your time, man.
All right. Him out.
All right, there you go. Episode 1 of the Touchdown Luther Burden Show. That is Luther Burden III, a guy that look, if you found this website, if you found this YouTube channel, this podcast, whatever, you know who Luther Burden is, and you've known who Luther Burden is for quite a while. And our goal here is real simple. We just want you guys to get to know him a little bit better and see him as, like, yeah, he's this football player that's going to come in here with unreal hype and all that, more hype than anybody's come in here with in probably a decade. But we want to give you a chance to get to know his story, get to know a little bit about him as a person off the football field, all that. And we're going to talk some football. We'll talk, we'll talk spring football. We'll talk about the recruiting process. We'll do all of that. And certainly our hope is that Luther is as open and honest as Mookie Cooper has been in our shows. And we will, just bring those discussions to you guys, and hopefully you will enjoy them, and maybe it'll make Luther a kid that you've got a little bit more of a connection to. And look, I don't have any doubt that if you're watching this show, you're going to be cheering for Luther Burden already, but maybe this will even give you a chance to get to know him a little bit better and give you a little bit more of a connection to him, and that certainly is our goal over the next few weeks. Appreciate Luther being willing to do this and take the time with us, and certainly appreciate the people at Pro Energy that are making this possible. Again, like, I know a bunch of people out there have various feelings about name, image, and likeness deals, but look, Luther Burden's the perfect example. You know who this kid is, and there ought to be opportunities for you to get to know him better and him to kind of get his story out there and have some benefit for doing that. And the guys at Pro Energy are making that possible. Located in Sedalia, Missouri, it's a global company dedicated to supporting renewable energy growth with reliable, reduced emissions, power generation services, construction, and development. They harness world-class talent and a 90-acre campus in Sedalia. They also have some things down in Houston. The company can quickly and reliably fill gaps in power supply to heat homes, boost economies, and maintain a connected world. I promise by the time we're done with this show, I'm going to have a little better understanding of what all that means, guys. Like, I'm a journalism guy. I'm not that smart, but I'm going to figure it out because Pro Energy is being good to us, and I'm definitely going to be good to them. So see how Pro Energy supports our power grid with American jobs at proenergyservices.com. Once again, this show is going to air every Thursday. Thursday mornings, hopefully, maybe delayed a few weeks, just depending on Luther's schedule and when we're able to get things done. But it will be up Thursday every week at PowerMizzou.com, on our YouTube channel, on the podcast feed. If you're watching, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're listening, give us a 5-star review, say good things. Wherever you're seeing it, share it on social media. Let people know, hey, you want to hear from Luther Burden? This is a place you can hear from Luther Burden. So thanks again to Luther, to Pro Energy, and thanks to you guys for watching. Be back next week.